He told his family he was going on one last hike, before flying home for a family event. He never called again. 3 trailheads. 3 families still waiting. This is Trailhead Disappearances, Episode 2. January 2008. 22-year-old Jesse Pinniger flew from Utah to Hawaii for an extended vacation. He hiked 5 miles into the remote Kalalau Valley and set up camp, staying in touch with his family back home by cell phone. On March 24th, he called home one last time. He told them he was taking one more hike before flying back for a family event. It was the last time anyone ever heard from him. Weeks later, another hiker stumbled onto his abandoned campsite. His clothes were still folded. His camping gear, even his iPod, sat untouched. Only his wallet, phone, and cash were gone, as if he'd simply stepped out for the day. Jesse's father flew to Kauai himself, searching for his son. He found Jesse's rented apartment eerily clean, put up a $5,000 reward, and eventually flew home with nothing. Here's what almost no retelling includes. Jesse is one of at least 7 people who have vanished on or near this exact trail since 1999. A missing persons investigator for the local police department once said the valley draws people looking for something spiritual. They go into Kalalau Valley, she said, like Daniel did, referring to another man who vanished there 3 years before Jesse. In 2023, human teeth were discovered near the trail, and investigators are still testing whether they connect to any of these decades-old disappearances. Jesse Glenn Pinniger has never been found. Neither have most of the others who disappeared on the same stretch of trail. Jesse vanished on a trail with a documented pattern, and still, no answers. Our next case looked like it would stay a mystery forever too. Until 19 years later, something almost impossible to explain finally broke it open. September 24th, 2005. 35-year-old Michelle Vanek, a mother of 4, a triathlete, confident in her fitness but new to serious mountaineering, set out to climb Mount of the Holy Cross with a family friend, Eric Sawyer. Almost immediately, things went wrong. Sawyer had forgotten his lunch and water filter. A few miles in, they realized they'd taken the wrong route entirely. Near the summit, exhausted, Michelle told Sawyer to go on without her. He gave her directions for the route back down and continued up alone. When Sawyer returned to their agreed meeting spot, Michelle was gone. What followed was, at the time, the largest search in Colorado history. 8 days, hundreds of volunteers, helicopters, and search dogs combing every boulder field and ravine. The search commander later said it was baffling. They'd sent 5 different search dogs to the exact spot where she was last seen, and found nothing. Investigators also found a shotgun hidden in a duffel bag near the trailhead, and blood in the snow nearby with no footprints leading to it. Never explained, never conclusively tied to Michelle at all. For 17 years, nothing. Then in 2022, a father and son hiking off trail found a single hiking boot, later confirmed to be hers. Still, no other clues. Then, in 2024, 19 years after she vanished, a 6-woman search team decided to review the case with fresh eyes. One volunteer, Erica German, has described getting an inexplicable feeling right before finding remains in the wilderness before, a prickling sensation, followed by adrenaline, acting partly on little more than instinct and a recurring dream about exactly where to look. The team searched a specific, previously overlooked spot on the mountain. They found Michelle's remains. Her husband Ben and their daughter Haley, just a toddler when Michelle vanished, 21 years old by the time they finally got her belongings back, collected what was left of her from the sheriff's office in 2025. 20 years of unknowns, and the case only broke because of a dream nobody can fully explain. Michelle's case took 19 years and a small miracle to resolve. Our final case has been cold for over 2 decades, and it happened at a park you may already recognize. April 12, 1998, Easter Sunday. 20-year-old Jason Knapp left his apartment in Clemson, South Carolina. His roommates assumed he'd gone on a spontaneous road trip, completely unlike him, but they weren't immediately worried. As days passed with no word, they contacted his parents in Pennsylvania. The family was baffled from the start. Jason wasn't someone who hiked alone. and he'd never once mentioned Table Rock State Park before in his life. Yet 9 days after he vanished, a park ranger found his car sitting in the Table Rock parking lot. This isn't the first name on this show tied to that same park. Inside Jason's car, investigators found an empty fast food bag and a timestamp receipt from a nearby Bojangles. And on a parking stub, a single fingerprint that matched Jason's own. It proved, definitively, that he had entered the park on Easter Sunday. And then, nothing. Table Rock spans more than 3,000 acres of rugged, remote terrain. Search teams combed it thoroughly and found no further trace. No clothing, no remains, nothing beyond that parking stub and a fast food receipt. Over 2 decades later, Jason Knapp's case remains completely unsolved. Nobody has ever explained why a man who never hiked alone, who'd never mentioned this park before, drove 45 minutes out of his way and simply vanished. A trail with a decades-long pattern of disappearances and teeth still being tested for answers. A 20-year mystery cracked open by a dream nobody can explain. And a fingerprint on a parking stub, the only proof a man was ever there at all. 3 trailheads. 3 families who waited years, or decades, for any answer at all. Which of these 3 do you think still has the best chance of finally being solved? Let me know below. Episode 3 is already in the works.